Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise! I hope you guys are ready. It is playoff time.
After all the hours, the weeks, the months, it all comes down to this. The journey to the grand finals is almost complete.
I'm going all the way. I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel. I'm going all the way. I'm going to another level.
No way! That was domination. They've done it again! Unbelievable! And the rock stars of the Overwatch League continue to crank out power chords. Ooh, get rocked!
There's only 1 week left, so if you want to stake your claim, cement that legacy, there's no time like the now.
I'm going all the way. I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel.
We know it won't be easy to hold that trophy, to wear that crown, but if you want it, come and get it.
We're back, Overwatch fans. This is week 3 of the 2019 Overwatch League playoffs. We are live in Los Angeles for the week that decides which 2 teams are headed to the Philadelphia Grand Finals. The Atlanta Reign had a 10-match win streak snapped against the New York Excelsior on Sunday. Now they'll try to gain 3 wins to make it out of the losers bracket this weekend. Atlanta's first opponent is the Hangzhou Spark. Spark knocked Seoul Dynasty out of the postseason last weekend, and they'll look to do the same to the Reign in about 30 minutes from now. Hello, everybody. This is the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm. I'm your host, Chris Puckett, and I'm joined at the desk by our lovely experts. We've got Zoe, Bren, and Sideshow. The final week in the Blizzard Arena. We will decide who's moving to Philly by Sunday.
Yeah, it's actually not us deciding it. I think they kind of battle it out on stage, so it's not just us writing the script.
You mean the predictions that I sent weren't the teams that are going to move on? Is that not how it works?
Weird, yeah.
Well, no, we were all wrong.
Our predictions
That's
have
cool.
been phenomenal throughout these playoffs. Absolutely. And you guys are in for some treats because we got more predictions coming your way at the end of the show. But we got a lot to get into here on the pre-show. After 2 weeks with the playoff patch and our new flex tag Hero Sigma, the pros tell us how drastically old Creepy Toes has affected the game and this postseason. Plus, we'll hear from the stars of the Atlanta Reign as they get set to put it all on the line against our number 4 seed, the Hangzhou Spark. And we've got some fresh brain busters in our final test to see who is in fact the smartest analyst on our Overwatch desk. Watchpoint Trivia Masters makes its return today.
I'm so confused.
Oh, you should be. Here's a look at the losers bracket of our double elimination playoffs. We mentioned Atlanta versus Hangzhou. We'll also see the Los Angeles Gladiators taking on the San Francisco Shock. The winners of these 2 matches will play each other on Saturday, with the winner of that match taking on the loser of tomorrow night's New York versus Vancouver match for a spot in the grand finals. The Los Angeles Gladiators and San Francisco Shock both think they have a shot to get to Philadelphia. These teams have each already notched 1 win and 1 loss in these playoffs, and they split a pair of close 5-map series during the regular season. The Shock took the more recent matchup in Stage 4, and Bren, you think this team is continuing to evolve. What's going on with the Shock right now?
Yeah, remember back to their game against London Spitfire. They ended up subbing out 2 of their core players. They ended up subbing out Smurf and Troy Kilbin and put in Super and Nevix instead. Nevix we haven't seen in Lord knows how long. The guy's just hasn't really been there. He's just been on the bench, but he's still a phenomenal player. A lot of people look at this maneuver that the Shock have made, and they're thinking, oh, it's a bit of bad manners maneuver. You know, they're just flexing on the London Spitfire. They're going to win playing some of their bench players instead. I don't think it's that at all. I actually think it's something deeper than that. The Shock know that they're now in the lower bracket, which means they're going to have to play more games to get to the finals right now. That gives a lot of teams more prep time on you. If you can throw them off by putting in a couple of different players and making them prep that much more for a potentially different lineup, I think that's a huge advantage they've got moving forward. I think it's a very smart move by the Shock, really trying to throw a lot of these teams off by putting in these 2 players.
It's really interesting as well because Gladiators essentially have one style and they play it really, really well. They play around Surefour and push him really aggressive into the enemy team, particularly when he has his Death Blossom available. They're great at comboing it with the Supercharger, with aggression from their tanks. It's hard to punish even when you expect it to happen. And so the Spark went out in a narrow series even though they started to make the right adjustments. The Vancouver Titans were forced to play the Gladiators game and only just came out unscathed. The San Francisco Shock, I'm a little bit worried for them because if you haven't done your prep against the Gladiators, that's a scary, aggressive team to face in the lower bracket. But once they do figure out what's going on with the LA Gladiators, it should be fairly easy to handle because they only really have that one look.
They do have only one look, but they did throw in some curveballs as well. Looking at the Sigma players here specifically, they did have hydration. There we go. Tough sentence. Swapping in for Void on that Sigma role, so they did, you know, like swap it around a little bit. Joy obviously being replaced with Nevix in that one map, but still it was mainly Joy playing. So the sample sizes we do see mainly Void and Chohyobin on that hero. Hydration smaller sample size, but what we did see from him looked really, really good. Really, really great numbers putting up in his ultimate. Accretion kills, we love the word, and he's leading the board. And other than that, Joy may have been like leading the league more or less with his Sigma. However, it's still very close, and I did like what we saw from Hydration, so maybe we see him back in again.
It is going to be a great matchup. Looking forward to that Sigma battle. Another one we got is the Atlanta Reign and the Hangzhou Spark are also hoping to take one step closer to making those grand finals. When we come back, we'll hear from the Atlanta Reign about how they plan to send Hangzhou home today. This is the Watchpoint Pre-Show, presented by State Farm. The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
One-sided at the end, the Atlanta Reign cracking under the pressure. It will be the New York Excel continuing in the upper bracket, and they have now relegated the Atlanta Reign to the lower bracket.
Leading up, we felt pretty confident coming into this game because we just beat Shock, and then we had a pretty good run, 10-win streak or something like that.
We thought we were prepared, and we just didn't expect them to run a few things. We thought it was weaker than what it was.
We have just a good understanding of how to use our heroes. I think the biggest thing that we were just lacking is just preparation for today, I guess, in terms of like adjusting.
Knowing the match was extremely close, 3 of the maps were like 1 fight offs, and knowing we didn't play well, we're not too worried. We know we can get ready for the next match and make a run through the lower bracket.
Hangzhou Spark sealing the deal, will advance.
For Spark, I mean, you better just hope you play better than you did in the regular season.
At least you guys get to go home early.
Damn.
Man, it's good for them, right? They get a little break.
Yeah, all the Koreans love to go to Korea, dude.
Exactly.
They just want to go home.
You guys get to go back to Korea, no problem.
No problem, we'll send you home, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, buddy, Dogman and Gator with some strong words for the Spark. Now, Atlanta beat Hangzhou in their only head-to-head match back in the first week of Stage 4, but the Spark look like they've started to figure out the new meta in a very strong win over the Seoul Dynasty. So how can Atlanta back up Dogman and Gator's words today and send the Spark packing this time around?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love the confidence there. And frankly, watching them play so far in the playoffs, they did pass the eye test. But when we looked at the numbers, there are a few, a few things they may want to improve on. One of those things, which is very crucial in the current meta, is being able to win a short-handed fight. once one of your players is taken out of the equation, you should still somehow manage to turn it around. And unfortunately, Atlanta is actually at the bottom of all 12 playoff teams. They're not managing that to do that at all. Whereas the Hangzhou Spark actually pretty comfortable, 6th place overall in those 12 playoff teams. So yeah, Atlanta, you know.
Feeling good about your favorite team.
Get it
Surprise,
together.
surprise, Zoe.
I am a little bit worried, though, for Bazzi as an individual, because he's up against Ursa in this head-to-head Doomfist matchup. And we've seen an evolution of the way a lot of these Doomfist players play, in particular as well. You've got to be on point with a lot of the counter-punches, as you can see here. It's very important you stay on your toes, if you will, to try and be ready for whatever they're bringing to you. And keeping up with Ursa's aggression is going to be very important for them. Ursa are probably one of the best Doomfists we've got in the league right now. And Bazzi, to begin with, I'll be honest, I was looking at his gameplay, I wasn't too impressed. But as I've reviewed it, as I've looked back, he has been stepping up tremendously, and I think he's been playing very well now, up to a very serviceable level, if not beyond it. So Bazzi, I have high hopes that he's going to be having what it takes. Somebody's getting murdered in the back. I do think he's got what it takes to be able to bring it to Erster in the individual 1v1s.
Yeah, it's really interesting because both of those guys try and play like counter-punchy stuff. I think both teams will be trying to get a feel over how the other one plays. A lot of this meta is about that. And trying to get a feel for how Atlanta plays is pretty difficult because in their most recent match, they showed us a bunch of creative compositions, like Symmetra Junkrat, for example. And we even saw the Ashe come out from Baby Bay as well. These are the kind of heroes that nobody else is really playing right now. We haven't seen Junkrat or Ashe from the other teams. This was brought out so that they could win Hanamura and have still a chance of coming back from the 0-2 deficit in this series. But it makes you beg the question, how many other strategies has Atlanta Reign got hidden up their pocket? And now that you're in the lower bracket, this is the time to bring those things out. You can't be saving them anymore. So I'm expecting quite a creative, interesting game from Atlanta here.
More Bobs, please. That's all I want to see. Just put Bob on the board.
The bread is sorry, fuck it.
What, you got to pull it out
I
your
get called
pocket?
out all the time for misusing phrases, and you say they got a couple of strategies they can pull out of their pocket.
Of course, it's pocket strategies.
pocket
you pull them out
strats,
your
Brad.
pocket.
Up their pocket.
We'll talk about it during the
Sleeve,
break.
Pockets, they're not the same thing.
Brad, I'm going to move this on. It's been an interesting time to see how these teams are playing differently around the Sigma. And one thing's for sure, if you give the best players in the world a new toy, they're definitely going to use it. Sigma is the most used hero in the postseason at over 96%. And we sat down with several teams to hear how they're adjusting to the new Flex Tank. Sigma will be at the league finals and to close out playoffs here.
I don't even think we should be thinking in those concepts of main tank and off tank because he offers such a weird kit.
Sigma's changed the entire game as a whole, having 2 main tank players in the game, and that's never been seen before in Overwatch, I think.
Really weird that there's 2 kind of main tank. It's like 2 main tank roles being played at the same time.
시그마는 딜도 되고 케어도 다 되고 지금의 디바보다 상위 버전이라고 생각해서
Sigma is able to 1v1 most DPS heroes.
다른 탱커랑 1대1 하면은 거의 다 뭐 이길 자신 있는데 시그마랑 1대1 하면 솔직히 이길 자신이 없어요.
플레이 스타일에 따라서 좀 쓰이는 게 많이 다를 것 같아요. 선수들에 따라서.
시그마 나오면서 변화하는 팀이 우승컵을 들을 수 있지 않을까 생각합니다.
The team who masters Sigma but also masters playing around the hero will make it to grand finals for sure.
That is a beautiful graphitic flux. You see the power of the ultimate there.
Who do you think is the best Sigma in the game right now?
선수 하나를 말해보자면 제 옆에 있는 메코가 제일 잘 쓴다고 생각합니다.
Oh, that was sick, and it's beautiful.
Hydration.
Yeah.
5DK not so lucky comes out from on high with the rock out of baby.
저는 일단 쇼크의 그 최우빈 선수가 좀 잘하는 것 같아요.
Gravitic flux! Everybody brought up and down again.
저는 누가 와도 이길 자신이 있어요.
Doesn't know how to play Sigma, you are lost in this meta right now.
시그마를 어떻게 잘 이용하나 그거에만 좀 연구를 다 몰입하고 있는 것 같아요.
결승까지 가게 된다면은 완성시킬 수 있지 않을까 생각하고 있어요.
We're still trying to figure out like what's best.
어떤 스타일인지 아직 갈팡질팡이라 그걸 찾기 위해서 더 연습해야죠.
어떻게 잘 이용해야 될지 잘 모르겠는데 제일 잘 이용하는 팀이 이번에 우승할 것 같아요.
Everyone's got an opinion about who the best Sigmas are so far, but here's what the numbers say of the people who have played significant time on the Flex Tank. Janu leads in 3 of the top 5 categories, while Rhea leads in accretion kills per 10 minutes. So, Brent, is that surprising to you?
Not really. I think Rhea is a serviceable Sigma player, but I got to use this as an opportunity to call out Doa as an individual because you come for the king, you best not miss. He pulled out this tweet. He had the audacity to not even at me in it. Seriously, Rhea was wrong. Doa, listen, old man, come on, 1v1 me on the stage, fam. Listen, I'll bring you down any day of the week. Coming to me saying that Rhea was robbed, that's confirmation bias. You were 2 maps into the series you were casting. Don't come at me like that. Recency bias, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a psychoanalyst, whatever they call them. I don't know.
That's what they call them.
Psychoanalysts?
Yeah.
Psychologists. Regardless of that. Moving on. Doa, I'm coming for you, Sonny Jim.
I just want to point out that I did have Rhea on my board.
Where was it?
Guys, we got to go to
Yeah,
break
he was
here.
on it.
We just showed you who the best Sigmas are statistically, but who's popping off the most on all the other heroes? We'll find out as part of our Watchpoint Trivia Masters contest. That's next on the Watchpoint Pre-Show. The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Going down is going to be the grid of pyramid. Flux picks up a lot of people with it. That's a ton of damage. Roared down already, though, as he gets one. The stone thrown in, and they're trying to keep him alive. They're keeping the Bastion alive, and Benzie going wild, tearing through the entire Gladiators team.
Gets rid of the supercharger, and he's going to teleport in. Oh, this guy is absolutely mad. He chases down Violet, and the damage from behind. The beam, baby! Violet gets taken down by Erster, coming in with a meteor strike. But the Symmetra, the big difference maker here. Never thought I'd say that.
For the punch, will get moved back. Meteor strike's ready to go, and everyone's just gonna ball up on the stairwell. Drops down, and Benz finds a triple kill. Oh boy, knocks him out of the park.
I mean, Huxell's the only player that can see that immortality.
Oh no!
That's what happened.
Oh, not just going to okay, now how do you get rid of this? Oh dear, nice little concussive blast on the high ground. Monster got a candy, knocked him off into the drink. Even with that immortality field there. Oh no, he's done it again! What a monster!
What's up guys, I'm Zed and I'm incredibly excited to announce that I'm coming to Philly to the Overwatch League Grand Finals. I'm gonna be performing, I'm gonna see you guys there. I might be performing as Widow or as Tracer or as Zed. I guess we'll see, but I will see you guys there.
I vote Tracer, Zed. God, I have to say, I am pumped to have Zed with us at this year's Grand Finals in Philadelphia. If you're coming, make sure to catch his performance live. And if you're staying at home, don't worry, you can tune in 2:30 p.m. Eastern on September 29th. We'll be airing it on twitch.tv. You don't want to miss it. But now it's time to test our knowledge of our talented analyst here. It's the Watchpoint Trivia Masters. You guys ready?
So ready.
I hope so. Here's how it's going to work. If you're just joining us, each analyst gets 3 questions. 1 stat-based multiple choice question worth 1 point, 1 straight trivia question worth 2 points, and a 3-pointer where they have to guess a player based solely on an image of their hair. Now, once per turn, our contestants can call in for reinforcements with the great Johnny Reinforce Larson, who's on the moon again.
Hello, I'm on the moon.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing great.
Can you test something for us, Johnny? Is there gravity there?
Can you just jump real quick? Just don't come back down.
Yeah. Strong gravity.
He's not really on the moon.
All right, Zoe, you are going to kick this one off. Johnny's got some tips for you if you need them. Last time you didn't use them. I suggest you do it this time. Question 1, worth 1 point. Of players left in the playoffs, which player averages the most hero damage per 10 minutes? Is it A, Gator, B, Janu, C, Sabiolbi, or D, Baby Bay?
Oof. I actually go with Janu.
Going with Janu. B is correct. 10,517 hero damage per 10 minutes. Question 2, worth 2 points. The NYXL led the league with how many players in the 2019 All-Star event? How many of the NYXL were in the All-Stars?
Wow. I need reinforcements.
Okay, this one is good for you, Zoe. Okay. The number is also the amount of wins that Florida Mayhem got this season.
Ooh. 0?
I don't know, 1-0.
Need an answer, Zoe. Need an answer. It was more than 0.
Let's go with 2.
2 was wrong. It was 6. Remember, they got good at the end. All right. Question number 3. Zoe, this is the 3-pointer. Whose fantastic hairdo is this?
Wow.
You know this, boy.
I mean, I
guys
assume
get
I would know this person. That looks...
Bring them out. Bring them out. Need an answer.
I
3,
don't know.
2, 1.
Panic.
No answer.
I don't know.
No answer. Show his face. It's the
Oh,
wonderful
what
one.
does he
I was
look
going to say
like?
Massa. I was genuinely going to say
I only
Massa.
thought that
All
he
right.
looks finished. But
So,
Yeah, it does
as far
look
as I
Zoe,
can-
you tried. You tried.
1
1
point,
point.
better
Bren,
than 0.
we're going to you. Question 1 worth 1 point. Of players left in the playoffs, which player averages the most final blows per 10 minutes? Is it A, Solman Su? Is it B, Hacksaw? Is it C, Surefour? Or is it D, Bozzy?
I need reinforcements already.
Oh, hello, Brennan.
Hi,
Hello.
Johnny.
This player also had the second highest hero damage per 10 in stage 2.
Did I start beef with them on Twitter?
No.
Okay, well, it's not sure for. I'm going to go with Solman Su.
Solman Su is correct. 13.09 final blows per 10 minutes. Well done, Brent.
Nice.
All right, Brent, question 2 worth 2 points. The Boston Uprising just announced their new head coach for the 2020 season. Who is it?
Mineral.
Well done.
Oh,
Crushed
on the
it.
ball.
Getting us back on track time-wise. Number 3, Brent, worth 3 points. You're going for all 6. Whose
do
hairdo is this beautiful man?
Doucheway.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. I recognize those lovely
Brent
locks
has
any
a
day of the
perfect
week.
score for the first time. Josh,
That's
you
never
better
happened.
tie this boy.
That is-
Your first question, worth
What?
1 point, Josh. Which Doomfist has the most solo kills per 10 minutes in the postseason?
Dunno, I'm
Is it
boomed
A,
already.
Sinatra? Is it B, Bozzy? Is it C, Libero? Or is it D, Hacksaw?
I'm going to go with Hacksaw.
That is a fantastic guess, but it's Libero at 1.39 solo
Already
kills
lost.
per 10.
Already lost.
Number 2, let's see if you can beat Zoe. Of all the players that played at least one map this season, who had the least minutes played all year?
Who had the least minutes played
Of all
all year,
the
but
players that
least
played at least one map this season, who had the least minutes played?
I have no idea. I need to go to the moon. Johnny, help me, please. Reinforce.
Oh, hello, Sideshow.
Hi.
So this player is a Tracer main that's also named after an animal.
Tracer player named after an animal. Oh,
Just use the second part.
named after an animal? The only person I can think of is Moth, and that doesn't fit at all because he's played all season long, and he's not a Tracer
It's
player.
Bunny! How do you
Bunny!
forget Bunny? Come on. All right, last
That's not
question,
the name of
Josh.
an animal. That's a kid's nickname for an
3
animal.
points. Are you ready?
No.
You got to get some. Whose hair is this?
Oh, it's
I know this.
That
Tizzy.
guy.
Yeah.
It's Tizzy.
Nice.
Yeah, well done.
Oh, I love
the
that
Orisa there for the Vancouver Titans. Well, officially, we have our winner. Go celebrate him on Twitter. He needs more love always. Send your way over to Brent. All right, guys. It's time to wrap things up. But the real winner today are the teams that are going to live another day in their battle. Less than 10 minutes from now, we have our elimination playoff action, and we've got our predictions. It's all next on the Watchpoint pre-show. Support your team with the official Overwatch League Coca-Cola bottles at CokeStore.com. Ships to all 50 U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and U.S. P.O. boxes. Here's a live look at the Atlanta Reign getting ready to play. Baby Bay and the boys looking to lock up a top 4 finish with a win over the Spark today. On the other side of the stage, though, we have the team that just sent Ryu Jae Hong and the Seoul Dynasty packing. The Spark are more than alive. They're looking to continue a hot streak here in the elimination bracket. Now, guys, if you want to watch from your favorite players' POV this week, Coca-Cola, our good buddies, are giving you the opportunity to pick your favorite in-game POVs during the All Access Pass Command Center free trial, which starts today. The free trial is going on from September 12th all the way through Sunday the 15th. So put it to use. Watch my favorite Doomfist. But now it's time for our analyst predictions. It's today's elimination matches, and Zoe is picking Atlanta for the 147th time, even though they've only played 31 games. All three of you guys, though, think the Gladiator season ends today, which upsets a lot of people here in the audience. So, Zoe, back up your pick. Atlanta going up against Brent in our face-off.
Well, I don't think I need to back it up. I think Atlanta Reign's performance has been speaking for itself. So, Brent, what you got?
Well, firstly, Atlanta Reign probably shouldn't have won the game against Shock. Shock ended up losing that game.
Excuse me? What do you mean they shouldn't have won it?
As in Shock C9'd off of the point.
Yeah, well, that's part of the game,
is
is it
They
not?
gave them the free win there. But Atlanta Reign, I think, are a good team. I think this match is going to probably go to distance in terms of that. But I think Hangzhou Spark have given enough time now to learn the meta. The communication troubles that are probably plaguing them are probably gone at this point as well. And I feel like that they are the better at adapting.
So we got 15 seconds. Who is the player to watch from the Reign tonight?
Nah, it's going to be Gator.
Gonna be Gator. I love it. The two-way player making his presence felt here in the new Sigma meta. Thank you all for tuning in. This was the Watchpoint pre-show presented by State Farm.